support, give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to another exciting adventure of the OGGM. I am your grumpy guide to the all things gaming, the OGGM, and it is day 10 of RPG a Day 2020. 31 days of role-playing prompts that hopefully prompt us to be creative about role-playing and talk about it or do art or poetry or whatever. There's no right way to do these prompts, which is great. So check it out if you haven't had a chance yet. A lot of us are doing it. So today's word is want. Want. What you want. What do I want? Oh, there's a whole bunch of shit I want, but I don't think that's what they mean. I don't think this is a, oh, dear Santa, this is what I want for Christmas prompt. Or a, I believe children are the future, and this is what I want for the future of gaming prompt. I mean, it might be, but I think I've talked enough about what I want for the future of gaming. Obviously, I want things. I would like more subs. I would like more money. I would like a computer that works. I would like to be able to move. I'd like more friends. I'd like a dog. I'd like to lose some weight. There's lots of things I want, but I don't think that's what it means. So want in relationship to RPG and the idea of what do your players want, giving them what they want, but not necessarily the way they want it. Because as a wise man once said, you cannot always get what you want. But sometimes you just might find you get what you need. And that's something we, as game masters, should always be in the back of our mind, is while we're running, while we're creating, while we're sitting at the table, while we're talking to our players, to always have that little extra bit of our subconscious listening, truly listening to the little teeny things they say, not just I charge in the room, but things like I would really like. So when you hear those little I want, and it could be something obvious like I want more magic, or something a little bit more specific like I would like something that lets me fly, or something even more specific like I would like really more attention to my backstory, and I really want to know who killed my character's parents, or I really want to date that barkeeper, or listen to those words, listen to what they want, and then give them what they want. But not necessarily the way they want it. Because sometimes you just might find that what you want is not what you need. Because sometimes a character, a player might feel that, oh, well, my character cannot do X because of X. And rather than taking the extra effort to find a way around this problem and just make the character truly interesting and unique and worthy and imaginative in a role-playing experiment, they quickly fall into the, well, the only way I can do X is if I get more stuff. My armor class is 16. Well, that's not high enough. Bullshit, that's fucking high. So I want magic bracers, so my armor class will be 37. I want a magic shield. I want better armor. Well, really, what you want is to be playing your character more intelligently, more aware of his surroundings, more able to use the abilities he or she has to take advantage of the situation, so that that armor class 16 is a moot point because you're using your skills, you're using the area, you're using the combat, you're taking advantage of the other players and the GM, so that you don't actually ever have to worry about that armor class 16, because if what you want is to not be hit, then you're creating a scenario where you're not getting hit. Instead of just whining and complaining, I want bracers. Because I can remember one time where a player was like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the DM was very much, I will give you what you want, but not the way you want it. So when the player in question ended up with the magic armor that he thought he wanted, but it turned out it didn't do what he wanted. It did something way cooler than raising his armor class and made him almost like Doc Ock because it gave him these extra arms and allowed him to climb walls. And it was an amazingly cool armor that just opened up all sorts of avenues for creativity. Like, well, now you can climb up walls and be all like Spider-Man. You can start fighting in 4 dimensions now because you can go up and down as rather than forwards and back. But because that player was so spearheaded into I just want that extra armor class, he threw the armor away and was pouting because he got something that was he might have needed, but he didn't get what he wanted. And me, being the very opportunist player that I am, I'm like, I'll take it. I don't care if I can't use armor because I'm a non-armor class wearing class. Like I think I was playing a wizard or sorcerer at the time, or somebody that couldn't technically wear armor. It's like, well, I can wear armor. There's nothing that says I can't wear armor. It just means my spells are all higgly-piggly if I wear armor. Or maybe I can't cast my spells, but I mean, that doesn't mean I can't wear it or whatever. I don't remember which rule set we were using at the time, what the rules for spellcasters and armor were. But there's, you don't want it, I'll take it. I will find a use for this. And when we got to the situation that the DM had created where the armor would have come in handy, oh, we're fighting spider people and they're up climbing up the walls and the ceilings, and you who would have been able to use the armor most effectively had it, but you threw it away because it didn't in fact actually give you what you wanted. So now you're not playing smart, you're not using all your skills, and so you're getting screwed. You're getting pincushion, buddy. But those of us who did take the armor, like me, are now finding the ability to, I can climb up the walls. I can move around and take advantage of the same combat effectiveness that these spider people are taking advantage of. Therefore, I am now 100 times more useful in the situation. Okay, maybe my spells were higgly-piggly, but you know what? Magic missile always hits. And I can still throw rocks or fire a crossbow. And I'm now being able to reach that lever over there and pull it, or do the things that you could have done, but you didn't because you didn't get what you want. So DM, always listening to what your players say. And if they say they want something, give it to them. Give it to them. I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing according to Jeremy Crawford? Giving the players whatever the fuck they want? Fuck you, Crawford. But don't give it to them the way they want it. If they meant a magic weapon, if they want a magic weapon, sure, fucking give them a magic weapon. But maybe not the way they wanted it. And a great, just to add on to this topic, a great way to play this, I want something, is if you are supporting a local game store like I do, Seth's Games and Anime here in Ventura, California, at the corner of Seaward and Main. Check it out. It is open. Institute a policy with the store manager. This is something that Seth and I have done for years. If the player buys something in the store during the game, whatever they bought shows up in the game somehow. Not necessarily that they have it, not necessarily that it's on their side. Some of those things are hard to interpret, like, well, I bought a player's handbook. What does that mean? It's like, something player that might improve your character shows up in the game because you wanted that. You wanted that idea. You thought you were going to get something, but I'm going to give you something for supporting the store by buying that player's handbook. But maybe not necessarily the way you think you want it or you're going to get it. Because what I'm going to give you is something that makes your character interesting, something that makes your character unique, something that makes your character able to move forward in the story, give you more lore about the story, give you more knowledge and worlds about the story. Sure, I could just give you a +1 whatever, but that's not interesting. And I know that's mechanically what you want, but story-wise, What you need is something that, by buying this player's handbook, will make your character more intrinsic to the world without just making you overpowered. I mean, and there's, and I read something about, where game stores could buy old gumball machines and fill them with the empty plastic ones, and then everything that they put in there is temporary bonuses the persons could use in the game. So you put in a 25-cent in the gumball machine, you get the little plastic thing, and it's like a video game. It's like a cosmetic, or you get a unique pet, or you get a temporary blessing, or whatever. A minor magic item of, that doesn't really do anything, like dust of flavoring, or doesn't really break the game, but it's unique and it gives you something you maybe didn't know you wanted, and it supports the store. So think about that. Think about if you're playing at a store and you're a DM, if they buy it in the store, somehow it shows up in the game. What you want, but not necessarily the way you want it. Because as a wise man once said, you cannot get what you always want. But if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. And you know what I need? I need you to subscribe to my vlog. So please take a moment and subscribe to my vlog. Help me hit my goals. 200 subs by the end of September, 300 subs by the end of October, 400 subs by the end of November, and if we make it to 500 subs by January 1st, 2021, midnight, I will do something utterly outrageous. Like, I'll adopt a cat, or I'll get a tattoo, or I'll go skydiving. I don't know what it is, but it'll be something just totally monumental if I can hit 500. Now, I don't expect to hit 500. I think I could probably hit 3 by January 1st, 300. So that's still a good goal, but if I hit 500, I'm buying a cat, or going skydiving, or getting a tattoo on my face of a fish. Talk to you losers later.